And all of a sudden, he's got arms bigger than me. He's strong. He's healthy. And he said, if Jesus isn't your best friend, coach, you're not ready to go. Okay? Then the doctor said, Jerry Stingley, you have cancer in your lung. It's 2 centimeters. We're going to have to remove it. Well, the first time he came in, they couldn't operate on him because he's on blood thinner. He would have.
Now, when you say came in, you mean to the hospital?
Yeah. Can I tell a story?
Well, I have to clarify here.
They can figure it out later on, Mom. I mean, let me just tell a story. How often do you
Take
see
your coffee.
He had 2 centimeters of cancer on his lungs, but he's taking blood thinners, and you can't take aspirins because you'll bleed to death.
Right.
So the officer, Wombo, said, Jerry, they can't do surgery on you. You've been on blood thinners. He was really smart about that. Jerry goes, oh, bless your heart. Send me back to the prison. But you know what he said to me? Cancer's been the best thing that ever happened to him because he found Jesus. It's been a blessing. So thank you, Lord, for the cancer. I love you. He doesn't even care what happens to him. Well, he comes back for the surgery. You know, they have a dye where they look at your cancer. And there's all these doctors from different countries going like this. Something's peculiar. He goes, doctors, what's the matter? Something's wrong. He goes, what's wrong? Jerry Stingley, the cancer's gone. Did you lose it? Tell me where it is. He's being sarcastic he's being making fun of the doctors. The cancer, man, is gone. And they're all looking in the Middle East. And he goes, I wonder who took it. The doctors go, we can't find it anywhere. He goes, you know why? He says, the good Lord took it, and you know it. Jesus took it.
Tell about the lung that was so pink.
Well, guess what happened? They looked at the lung. It was like a brand new lung. You could see the veins in it. The cancer is gone. It was like a new person's lung. He's totally healed.
Now, this is a guy that you knew in prison.
Yeah, I've heard this story.
Is he still in jail?
For a long time.
And he didn't die.
And he's probably the world's meanest human. He'll even tell you, he said, Coach, I was
What was he in
evil.
for, by the way?
Well, the crime's too bad. It's a real bad crime. But do you know what happened? I can't tell you the crime. But because it's too bad. But you know what happened? He did a lot of drinking. Drinking's the crime. But what happened to Jerry was, he was always fighting in bars. So the bartender kicked him out of the bar. Says, I'll tell you what, he bought the bar so they could fight in the bar. That's how mean he was. They kicked him out of the bar, so he bought the bar the next day so they could fight in every night.
Did he have enough money to buy a bar?
He had a lot of money because he's in the oil business, he's a rancher, and he's also good at stealing cattle.
Oh,
Cool. He's a cowboy. A wrestler.
He's a wrestler. And he'd always collect animals that had no brands on them because people don't always brand their cattle. And if the cattle don't have brands on it and you collect it, there's no way to. It's like open range. That's what it is.
Wow.
But guess what happened? Jerry Stingley is. I want to tell you this story because he's a miracle. He says, Coach, I just don't believe it. I don't know why he loves me so much. I'm such a rotten person. The Lord works in mysterious ways.
Well, what happened, Eric, was he probably had a grandmother or
Even
mother
if
praying
he'll
for him
still
all these
give
years.
you a
Probably still
gift
praying for him.
anyway.
Huh?
Yeah, probably.
Somebody.
He'll give you a gift anyway.
He does. God will give you a gift anyway. But I want to tell you too that story because it's true.
Where is he still in prison now?
Yeah, and he'll probably never get out.
He's what, 7 years old now?
67 years old.
But he's all healthy now.
But he goes, Coach, remember when my arms were like chicken wings? I said, yeah. He goes, feel it now. I go, Jerry, what's happened to me? He said, steroids. I'm buffing up.
Is he taking steroids?
Well, the doctor's got him on some steroids too, and he's getting.
Oh, that kind of help. Okay.
Okay, thank you for the good story. I got it on tape for
Did
you.
you get my story?
Yeah.
Jerry Stingley's my saddle maker.
But he's a prisoner. He's an evil man.
Mom, he's a prisoner. Yeah,
He's
in
somebody
prison.
that God
He'll
saved.
never get out of jail.
Cameron, whatever happened to your wet towel that you?
Awesome.
Good meal.
What am I gonna do with all this money?
Yeah, there's room here.
You know, remember the dollar? How much stuff? I
Only
was
like
just like, I thought I was the greatest thing in the world.
You're gonna have to go back.
You know why I felt important? Because none of the other cousins got
call
a
them
dollar.
up and
They get a
tell them
nickel
they're-
or a dime.
They won't do it if your prescription.
You know what I'm talking about?
Guess who
He
was
gave me
prescient
a dollar.
about that? Guess who was prescient?
You got
about
50
that?
of them.
Fired up.
Right now,
50
I've got to
bucks
get
is not
this
as much as
one.
that dollar.
Open yours.
Now I have a question. You have a dollar. You can come out with half the store, a huge bag
Well, I
of
even
stuff.
said it
You
without
give
God
anything to
telling
Matt.
Probably.
Eric,
Oh, awesome.
nobody's
thank
a
you.
better storyteller.
That's so generous.
Can I look at
Hug
it?
time.
This is General Grant. Fire up, guys. We're going to go kill some people. Let's go get General Lee.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm going to have a sharp
I'd go
glass
get
of whiskey.
Washington.
That's General Grant.
That's a
Graduated
famous
from
guy.
West Point.
He's also a president of the United
His dad
States.
graduated from.
Wasn't he president? He's president too.
What am I thinking? Go get Benjamin.
Okay.
So did Custer, my favorite guy.
What about the box?
I like
The
George.
vain
his
general.
favorite type because he was so
He's kind of had a style.
daring.
But you know, do you
He had
remember
long
that
hair.
He had long hair and style.
Matt, do you know
He's vain too. I like that. I admire that.
Do you know what I learned about?
General Custer.
Do you know what I learned about these guys that when the army was all horses and cowboys rode horses?
What?
Do you know why they called them cowboys?
Cop? No.
Now listen, you guys. Grandma's telling a story now. Do you know why they called cowboys cowboys? Because they were so young, and they had to be young in order to do the stuff they did. An old person would not, even somebody in their 30s wouldn't have been able to do it.
Wow.
What they did. In order to be a Texas Ranger or a cowboy, they would have to be able to ride 60 miles an hour on a horse. If they dropped any of their gear, they'd have to circle around and pick it up without getting off their horse. They were like gymnasts.
They had to be real agile too.
Wow.
Yeah.
When I hear the word cowboy, I know what it means, but if I heard it, I'll think of two things. I'll think of a boy that's a cow,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure.
and
That's
like
right.
a boy that captures cows.
Yeah.
Captures
It's a boy
cows.
a cowboy is a boy that captures cows.
That's true though.
Yeah.
And then they would be probably, so the Texas Rangers were anywhere between 16, 17 to 25 years old.
Wow.
And after that, they wouldn't be able to ride anymore the way they used to.
They
They would go they would go the minimum of 60 to 100 miles a day on their horses. They would eat on the land. They would eat on the land quite a bit.
And we
Not
eat on
quite
a
as-
plate.
Not quite as bad. Not quite as bad as Lonesome Dove, you know what I mean, but pretty bad. And then
They did
the...
eat on a plate. That's really
Okay, what else was I going to tell you about it? And then the cavalry, General Grant and Custer and all those guys, they had to be able to ride horses. They had to go catch bad guys on horses, so they had to really be able to ride. Riding is hard.
It's hard work.
Riding, and they had to be able to shoot and be Oh, that was another thing. They had to be accurate shots on the horse.
On the horse.
And the reason that so many bad guys got away is because if they got, like, the rifles were so bad in those days that if they got, like, 20 feet away, they'd no longer be able to hit them.
On the trash can, I go, Matt. You go, what? Look at the bike. Pull it out.
It's a bike.
It still had tires, but it
looks
had
good.
no chain. And I looked at the hill. Good idea. Hey, brother. You go, what?
Take the chain off.
Get on the top of the hill and take it down for a ride. Let's see what it does. And your brother got on the bike, and he was like, I don't know. I said, you can do it.
brother?
Me.
Matt,
Your
your
dad.
dad. So he goes up to the very top of the hill on this little bike, right? He's on it. He's going down the hill. And I go, you're doing it. This is going to be an Olympic gold record because it was so scary.
So fast.
And he's like, and he hit this hill.
There's no
the bike
brakes.
went straight up in the air. And he's like, 1, 2, 3.
I held on to the
And he
bike.
held onto he's going around circles, holding onto the handlebars. And then all of a sudden, the bike hits the ground and goes, boom, and he's on the ground like this. Boom, boom, boom. And the bike goes pop, 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 and the bike was just smashed. We wrecked it. It was just a frame was bent. And then he goes like to me, he goes, you didn't tell me that would happen.
There's no
He
brakes.
trusted me, though. I said, you can do it, Matt. Go to the top. Go as fast as you can.
I think I landed on my back.
Oh, it hurt.
Oh, it was fun. That was a good story. That's a good story.
Like lined up in formation. They're kind of intimidating. And because they had their...
Yeah.
And I said, why are all these Indian chiefs up here? You know, because this was... Before this happened, though, we had some stabbings on the yard. And I had a meeting with the wardens, and I said, look, I want to have this spiritual powwow because I got a couple of chiefs coming in, but it's about values. It's about old, sacred Indian values. And they said, Coach, we can't do that. It's a yard event. I said, no, we're going to make it a religious event. So I had that happen and had an impact on the tribe because it's a very volatile group.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, in the vision, all the Indians looked at me and they said, thanks for being good to our people. Almost said that in formation.
So that was like a vision with your eye? You
Well,
saw it,
no,
you
I
saw
don't
it?
know. I don't know. It was like I wasn't in sleep. I wasn't dreaming. It was just so, but it was color. Usually dreams are opaque and black and white, and you're out of your body, and there's body pieces everywhere. This is one. Everybody was intact, and you could see them, but they're so brilliant. I can't. You just see the feathers, and all, and,
Wow.
the trail on the ground, and the vest, and the belts, and the teeth, and teeth, and you know how they look.
Yeah.
Very close.
Like Liberace's, just all lined up. But yeah, anyway, I told Congresswoman Billy, and she's a Pentecostal Church of God Holiness woman, and she said, that's a real true vision. That's how visions are. They're not a whole lot to them, but
Yeah.
it's not about doing supernatural things. It's just doing the good things. An Indian will say, "You have good ways." It's not like a big deal.
It's not a complicated sermon.
Things will begin with a conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the moon. It's so beautiful up there. Has anyone ever ventured to the moon? I think it's impossible. But all of a sudden that starts to germinate.
Yeah.
And before you know, people are trying to fly with, off their porches. And then after that, there's some kind of a fuselage that shows vertically, way the heck up there. I mean, but it all starts by a conversation.
Ideas are born.
And ideas are born, and then all of a sudden, born ideas take form. And then those other forms create ideas. It's just like a metamorphosis of transformations from words. But
Oh yeah.
I don't know. If I'm a transformation of words, I think I probably did mass destruction over my past.
No.
Blown up things and.
So what do we take away from all this? The conviction that
Think before you
we
speak.
must spread the word to other people.
Yeah.
We can almost celebrate and jump up and down with the joy of knowing what the word is all about. But think of the people that don't know about it.
Yeah. Words.
Multitudes in the valley
Words-
of decision.
Words destroy. Words edify. So choose wisely what you say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So sorry to eat that pizza. That disturbs me. I said, "Are you going home tomorrow?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "I want you to buy the best pizza money can buy. I want you to treat yourself well. I want to tell you another thing." He goes, "What's that, Coach?" God bless you. I got in my car and I drove off.
But you didn't give him money for a pound of pizza.
No, I unarmed him. He had no ammunition.
You disarmed him.
I just totally unarmed him.
Disarmed.
Disarmed.
Well, I took his arms off. Okay, disarmed him. What difference? But Mom, just realize this. Don't
No, I won't put it on
Don't
Facebook.
feel unique there. I think we all go through
I
it.
know, but you've had you've had a pretty tough life, but
I haven't had an easy
this
life.
is 70 years, but I think it's counted good that I'm not being verbally.
Every time you get a picture, Kristen grabs it and
You're
then.
making a video.
Oh.
Stop.
Oh,
I'm wearing glasses.
this is his glasses.
Stop. I want to show Eric my funny.
What?
That's too close to my nose hair.
Oh, you have them all. That's a good picture.
Stop.
Oh, you have a camera?